many brands out there, but to actually be able to sit down with them and talk to them and even talk to them on the phone, and they were so open to my ideas. And obviously, you know, this is my first time doing a makeup collection, so I don't have the expertise that obviously you guys do, and so it was really cool to learn from them. And I'm always really excited when brands are willing to teach me and educate me, because I think that's really cool to be able to learn from other people. But I loved how they were so open to my ideas, and it really felt like a collaboration. And I also love how, I mean, their products are amazing. It's like, it feels like it's like butter going on your skin, which I don't know if you want butter on your face, but you know what I mean. It's very smooth, and their products are just awesome, and it's so hard to find a good eyeliner. When I was competing, I would always try to do a baby blue or, you know, a green or something, and so it was so hard. I'd go 20 green ones, and I'd end up, none of them, they all looked black, or they didn't look the right color. So I love how their colors are so bright and really fun, and they really stand out.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are you hoping to accomplish by this collaboration for yourself personally and your brand?
Well, I am really into trying to spread the message about self-care. To everybody, self-care can mean something different, but you know, as I said, for me, putting on makeup is really therapeutic, and it can be fun. It can be fun to express yourself in different ways, and there's no right or wrong answer to makeup, and I really love that. And I think it's really, if you want at 7:30 in the morning, you can wear, I mean, I'm wearing green eyeliner at, what is it, like 11 o'clock in the morning? I mean, you can do whatever you want, and I think the cool thing about the time we're living in now, it's kind of like anything, in my opinion, anything works, and you can wear whatever you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable, and I think that's really cool. And I know my sister Chloe is obsessed with makeup, and I remember there was times where when she would just go in her room and she would just put makeup on because it was relaxing, even if she didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And that was really her. She just said it was so calming to her and so relaxing to her. And I thought that was really cool, because it's like you don't have to, if makeup is relaxing to you, you don't have to have somewhere to go to put makeup on. It's going to be fun to just explore and try different stuff. So I think it's about just encouraging people to tap into that and to have fun and be creative and having fun and feeling comfortable and confident wearing what you want to wear is really important.
Yeah. So I know that a lot of people wanted to know personally how does wearing makeup make you feel, right? And I also think the interesting part, because when I've heard your message also is like, you know, yeah, about how you feel without it as well. Right? So can you talk about that relationship for you and how do you balance that out for yourself?
Yeah, of course. I think it's a very personal preference, and you know, for me, I think that's also why I loved working with you guys too, is because you guys are totally supportive of me talking about, you know, the importance of feeling comfortable not wearing makeup. And I definitely had brands before, you know, years ago, where they try to tell you what to say, and obviously those ones don't work out, but you kind of have to live and learn, and you have to figure out what works for you. So I think that it's very important, but I think it's definitely easier said than done. I had, you know, I think it was honestly after I was traveling so much in 13 that I was just wearing makeup all the time, and I just really wanted to give my skin a break, and I wanted to feel comfortable not wearing makeup. And so I think it's okay to realize it might not be something that happens overnight, but I definitely make an effort to, when I travel, not wear makeup, and just kind of, I try to make it so a lot of the time I don't wear makeup, but because it's kind of challenging myself to feel comfortable and to feel good with how I am.
Because it becomes like a mask. It can become like a mask, like, so I think it's such a great practice to kind of say, hey, I'm comfortable with both.
Yeah, and I think it's also okay. I mean, there are some days where I don't feel comfortable without makeup on either. I'm not saying that, you know, when I don't wear makeup, it's like I feel great all the time. I think that it's a practice, and I think for me personally, I feel kind of like up and down with my confidence. And I would guess, you know, from talking to some of my friends and maybe some other people here agree, it's not just women that sometimes struggle with insecurities, men do as well. But I think that it's kind of an insecure time. I try to look at myself in the mirror, pick out things I like about myself, and I try to write in my journal and write down things that I like about myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it flows easier, other times it doesn't, and just really paying attention the times where it doesn't flow easier, kind of asking myself, why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's important to take that challenge, but also to be okay with where you're at, and if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay too.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get there.
I wanna highlight something you said, because one of my main jobs is to coach them. Like I'm like their mindset and business coach, and she just dropped a bit of gold there, right? So she's talking about not having those days where she doesn't feel herself, but if you look at her process, she then goes to work at doing the things that get her through that. Whether it's journaling, whether it's putting on an outfit that really makes her feel good, whether it's doing makeup for herself that day, that you don't get stuck there, right? And you really go to work at, what are the things that I need to push me through this? And I think that's a really valuable lesson, because doesn't it feel like we're just stuck sometimes and we're like, how do I get out of this thing, right? So people want to know, like, what was your process for this? You know, how did you, like, what was your thinking behind it, and how did you go through finding your inspiration and all that?
Well, I try to do a combination of more natural makeup. For mostly my day-to-day looks, I like to be more natural, but that's just a personal preference. And, but somebody like my sister sometimes likes to go like with the really, really cool cat eye and does all this stuff, and she's amazing at doing her makeup. And so I realized that makeup is really not one size fits all, but I try to, obviously with the eye palettes, there's 3 eye palettes, and 3 in each of them, and you obviously can't do every single shade out there, but I try to do, one that's a little more natural, one that's a little bit more maybe of a night look, or if you want in the morning, there's no rules, and one that's a little bit more colorful and fun. So I just tried, when I compete, I like to be more colorful and fun, and I think this collection has actually inspired me to kind of use in those colors just on a Sunday morning and kind of do whatever you feel and have fun.
Not just for performing.
Yeah, not just for performing, just kind of having fun and experimenting, and whether you're going out to dinner with your friends or going to breakfast, whatever it is, there's really no rules. And I think that that's really cool. So I tried to just do things that spoke to me, but also to, other people that I know, other people in my life, and, some of my sister's friends were really helpful with that too.
So say they style and then they bring it inside.
Can we mute that, please? I think it's we're actually sending this to another event happening in Canada. So, hi Canada! And we have some of you guys over there watching the stream as well. So it sounds like, did you collaborate? Were you talking to your friends and family about it? Like, was it like a secret that you were doing on your own, or did you bring your sister into it? Like,
I brought my sister into it for sure. I have 2 sisters, and one of them is very into makeup, and the other one doesn't wear makeup. But my other sister that doesn't wear makeup was very, very happy that I went with LimeLife, because you guys don't test on animals and you're vegan. She's very, very, very passionate about that. And so she was very supportive of that, but she does not wear makeup. And my other sister, Chloe, who's 19, absolutely loves makeup, and so I definitely asked her about it. And yes, and she was, she had all these great ideas and was helping me decide, with the eyeliners, which one would match with which one, and trying to figure that stuff out. So she was very helpful, and when some of her friends came over, they were trying on the makeup, they were kind of testing it out for me. So it was cool to be able to see it on them and to see what they liked, and we're like full with the makeup everywhere.
Yeah,
so
they know about that.
Yeah.
They know about that life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that it was like a family affair, and you can include everybody in the process of the conversation. What a nice experience.
Yes, very, very nice. I mean, usually my siblings don't always care about some of the stuff that I do, but they're very excited about this.
I know about that life too. They're like, what do you do? Why the name Fierce? I mean, was it just like the direct association, or like talk a little bit about that? Because we did not even know that that's a word that you just resonated with in your book and in your team. And
yeah, so that was the name of, or is the name, still is, it's the name of my book. And I don't know, that word has always just meant a lot to me, and I think, on one of the first conversations I actually had with LimeLife, we talked about the word fierce, and I think, Madison says that she immediately thought it would be reds and all these bold colors, and I said fierce can be something different to everybody, and of course fierce, when it comes to mind, at least for me, I think of red, and I think of really, really strong moments of, and I kind of wanted it to be that, but also maybe something unexpected, and I think also being fierce can mean just having the courage to take a day to yourself and having the courage to take time for yourself. And I thought fierce could also be, a light pink or a light blue. It's really, maybe a beautiful white eyeshadow. It really is just different to everybody, but I would say some of my, fiercer moments would be speaking up and saying, I just need a day to myself, or really being honest with the people that I care about,
Listen up now.
Just being honest with people and letting them know, how you really feel. Because I've also learned I'm a lot of the time the friend that people come to when they need something, or if they want to vent to me about something. And so I've learned, if I'm taking care of myself, I'm going to be a better friend. When I am absolutely drained and exhausted, I'm not able to listen as clearly or give as much of the better advice that I want to. So I think sometimes saying, is it okay if I call you back in 30 minutes, and just actually maybe if I'm doing yoga or doing a guided meditation or taking a 30-minute nap, it is like a game changer. My advice is like way better than it would have been if I was completely drained. So I think it's just knowing that it's okay, we're all human, and when you're honest with your friends, I think you'd be surprised that they are very supportive and they're very understanding. Hopefully you would realize that, but it's just about really being in tune with yourself, and I think it's hard to be fierce and to be courageous, to really get to know the It can be hard because I think everyone is going through something, everyone has been through something tough, and so sometimes it can be really hard to face that. But we also have all the quotes and the eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that, so it was very cool.
One of the things that's like just genius about you is like if you can hear her speak, there's really no judgment about where she is. Right, I'm sorry, I'm talking to them about you.
No, that's okay. I mean, I judge myself. I'm still very much I'm still working through it. I would be nice if I could take my own advice sometimes, but I try. Thank you.
Yeah, but in your like that's at least one of the things that you're striving for is managing that part of yourself.
Yeah.
Because these guys, they all have teams, or and they lead teams. In some cases, they lead teams of hundreds of women. So you can imagine that emotional drain of trying to provide and take care of that. But if as Aly's sharing, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not providing the care that you want for your team. Right? So it's just such a valuable lesson, I think, to take from her. It's just as much of a priority for her to take care of herself and honor where she's at than it is to take care of the people around her. Does that make sense? Yeah, great job. Okay, so what do you want people to feel when they wear your collection?
Ooh.
Actually, let's back up. Was it intended for someone when you created it? Like, did you have an audience or a woman in mind when you did it?
That's a very good question. And what the coolest thing about now is that, I think that the coolest thing is so cool is that Madison last night sent me a video of this man talking about how excited he was that my collection was coming out. And so I think I had just a lot of different things in mind. And just, one of my sister Chloe's friends, he came over and he was so excited and was trying on all the different lipsticks and the eyeshadows and the eyeliners. And it just it's so cool just to see everybody expressing themselves in different ways, and I think it's really beautiful and it's really amazing, it's really inspiring, and awesome. I think there's a lot of really exciting things that are happening in our world. Obviously, there's a lot of non-exciting things where I think our country is divided on a lot of things, but I think in some ways it's nice to see. I think the younger generation is so empathetic and so caring and so much more accepting, I think, than any other generation, at least in my opinion. And so I think I was really inspired by them, and But I think that I think we can learn a lot from them, and I think it's very, very cool. But there wasn't a specific person in mind, but I was definitely just excited about, how everybody was gonna use it for a different reason. And, maybe some people found that it was really therapeutic and relaxing, and maybe some people are gonna use it to kind of do something different that they normally wouldn't try, because a lot of times I hear some of my friends say, oh my gosh, I wish I could wear that type of eyeliner, and I always say, well, you can wear that type of eyeliner, and it's like, what are these messages that society is telling women that we can't wear certain things? And, I just wanted to let people know, whether it's literally Sunday morning at 7 a.m., you can wear whatever kind of makeup you want, and whatever makes you feel comfortable in your own skin, that's amazing. And I also think I kind of wanted it to be a reminder to not judge people based off of what they wear, what their makeup is, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think we live in a really judgmental world, especially with social media, and whenever I hear people judging other women, I always say, why does it matter? If they're a good person, why does it matter? There's so many other things besides what type of makeup a woman is wearing or their clothing. There's so many other things in the world that actually we should be judging and we should be trying to fix, but this is not one of them. So I just really wanted to be a reminder that you can wear whatever you want, and if somebody tells you any differently, that's their problem, not yours. A lot of times. So yeah, I think this collection has definitely inspired me to go and wear more green eyeliner and blue liner and kind of just have fun. It doesn't have to just be a gymnastics competition that I'm wearing it. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah. And so how did you have a feeling in mind that you wanted? I mean, you've kind of been talking a lot about it. There's definitely a sense of freedom, I think, that you want people to have when they're trying this thing. That's what I'm hearing through the lines, but what do you know?
It's okay. I would say I think it depends on what everyone's different and what they need. I think for me right now, I need a little bit more relaxation in my life, and working on really trying to be present and really focusing on being in tune with my body. So for me, personally, it's about when I put it on, I want to feel relaxed and calm and excited at the same time. But I think maybe for somebody else, maybe it's that extra boost of confidence that they needed to go out with their friends, or maybe go on a date. It's whatever they needed, or maybe just going for a run. You can wear, if you want that extra boost and wearing the green eyeliner makes you feel great on the run, then go do that, or go to the gym and wear makeup. Whatever it is that makes you feel good, it's for everybody. It's different, and I think it's not, as I said, not one size fits all. And for me, it's not. One day I might say eyeliner lasts me, another day I might want to feel, you put it on to feel sexy, or you put it on to feel, which fun and creative, and you experiment with new stuff. So it's really just kind of, I think, whatever you need in that moment.
Yeah, it's like a little bottle of fierceness. So whatever fierce looks like for you in that moment.
Yes, exactly.
Put that on and bam. Okay, so it's a really fun question. He was stranded on a desert island. Desert island with only one beauty product. What would it be?
Ooh, this might not be the answer you're looking for, because it's not one of the things in my collection. But I would be honest. Honestly, sometimes my skin breaks out a lot, so I would say cover up. Yeah, that would be the one thing that I would like. Or actually, maybe, yeah, I think that would be it. Yeah, maybe like a cover up with an SPF in there so that it doesn't get worse.
And back to your collection.
Oh wait, actually, I'm gonna change it. Sorry. Maybe, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe a bright eyeliner, because if you're by yourself, maybe people will see it from far away.
It would be part of your rescue strategy.
Yeah, people see you. Yes, like a neon yellow or something.
Okay.
That would be it. Yeah.
And what's your favorite product from the line?
Again, I think this is going to change on a daily basis. I think that but I'm also thinking maybe next week it's gonna be the blue eyeshadow. I like the greens and the blues, but I go through phases. You know, I think, as I said, it just depends on the day and what you need. It's very hard to pick a favorite one.
Yeah. Oh,
What's your favorite?
That's
What's your favorite?
Mine, actually, I really love the new lipsticks.
Oh, cool.
I think, you know, there's something, and it's really cool because I've been, you know, the team's been rocking them. And we have a very young team, and there's been something watching them. There's a majesty that's coming out of them when I see it wearing it. Like it's just like they look regal without all like in a very natural way, right? So it's been really beautiful to watch them sort of shine in this new way. That's not the way that I normally see them shine.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. Thank you.
So a lot of people were really interested in you know, being an entrepreneur is really challenging. I don't know if it's you know, Olympic challenging. I'm gonna say it is, it's different, right? But yeah, you know, it takes everything, and they have to really show up every day, and they take a beating every day, and you know, they're on social media constantly, where it's so easy to get knocked around. And they have to really push and get them in. So a lot of them were sort of interested in how do you do that, right? Like, what's your process?
Yeah.
You know, and advice that you have for them?
That's a great question. I actually was listening to a guided meditation recently, and it gave me very, very good advice, which kind of goes into my best advice would be to try to be as real and authentic as you can. And I know that sounds very maybe cheesy, but one of the guided meditations said something that was really, really interesting to me, because we're living in a time where everybody is, you know, maybe you don't realize it, but I think that I'm sure we have all experienced it before, not just women, men as well, where you're comparing yourself to other people, or maybe you see a picture and, you know, you maybe don't compare yourself to that person, but maybe you compare, you know, their vacation to yours, or their Friday night to yours, or something like that, or maybe the way they cook dinner compared to yours. In some capacity, maybe you compare yourself to them, and maybe you don't even realize it. But the guided meditation said that, you know, imagine if everything in the world, whether it was fish in the ocean, whether it was animals, whether it was plants, if everything in the world copied each other and compared itself to each other just as oftentimes we do on social media, then the world would never survive. And it was this really amazing thing where it said, you know, you are you for a reason, and you're here for a reason, and you're not supposed to be like the person you see on social media. You're supposed to be yourself, because imagine if every single plant or every single flower copied each other, the world would not survive. Imagine if a tree tried to be like a flower. I mean, imagine things on this earth survive from another certain thing on this earth. It's really amazing, but I thought that was really special, that you're here for a reason, and you know, you're not supposed to be like that person that you're comparing yourself to on social media. You're supposed to be who you are. And so I think I have found from my own experience, you know, obviously being really honest about what you're going through is very, very difficult. But I have found that I would hope that you would also share a similar experience, in the sense that you will receive more support than you imagined. But I think that it really will resonate with a lot of people, because I think a lot of people know what it feels like to go through a hard time. And I think the more real that you are, and the more honest, you know, the more that people can relate to you. And I think being relatable is something that I think we all really crave, because I think social media can be very unrelatable.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really cool. I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't enjoy hanging out with people that just every time you say, how are you? They're like, everything is so great. Like, I'm so in love with my boyfriend. It's so great. We had the most amazing time together. And it's like, that's great, but everything is perfect all the time. It's just not, it's not real.
Not real.
And of course, I would hope that they really do feel like that, but you want somebody that's a little bit more, I think everyone craves, that's something I look for in a friend, that is just a little bit more real. And
authentic.
yes, and obviously I would hope my friends have the best time with their boyfriends or their girlfriends or whoever they're dating. I want them to have the best time, but nobody's life is perfect. Nobody's relationship is perfect, and that's okay and that's normal.
Yeah, and I discovered for myself, like, the best way for me to keep making a difference with people was actually reveal that, hey, it's not all good over here. Like, I've got stuff just like you. I'm working on stuff, and I discovered that that was far more inspirational for them than the, hey, I'm a great leader and everything's great.
You lead by example.
Yeah.
That's great, yeah.
That's awesome. So, the other thing that it sounds like for you is you're very, you sort of like, you have this commitment to being empowered, I think I want to call it, like you do guided meditation journal, like there's a practice that you have that you're actively working on yourself, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's really powerful because, we don't, it's not like we get to this mountaintop and we're done, right? Like you can say, well, she's in the Olympics, she's in this, and she's got a couple of gold medals, and she's done, I'm done. But she's not, clearly, right? Like, she's just at the beginning of her journey and still at work at yourself. And I think that's really inspiring and really powerful for a leader to have that lesson, to know that, hey, I'm not done. There's always the next step, there's always the next journey, there's always the next part of my development.
Yeah, and I think, it's not like I'm like jumping into my guided meditation, like so excited. I mean, we don't do guided meditations because you're like, I'm so great right now. I think everything is, as I say, talking about being honest, just because I talk about doing those things, it doesn't mean there are some days where I cannot stop thinking about whatever it is that's stressing me out, and I feel like sometimes I try to do it in smaller increments, or if I do a 10-minute guided meditation, I'll say, I don't even know, maybe for 9.5 minutes, I was thinking about something else, but I've also realized that instead of beating myself up about those 9.5 minutes, stressing about something, maybe focus on, okay, well, at least I got 30 seconds of paying attention to what they were talking about, and it's a practice. It's like, just as I didn't become, an Olympic athlete overnight. I worked really, really hard at it. So doing the guided meditation I've been doing it for over a year, but I'm still, there are some days where it kind of goes up and down. There are some days where I just cannot focus on it, and it's really hard, and it's practicing, but it's also, I'm learning not to beat myself up over it, but it's very, very hard.
That's a practice too.
It's very hard, and I think it's about, as I said with, I've mentioned it's not one size fits all, it's the same thing. Maybe for you don't like guided meditations. I have also found, writing in a journal is really helpful. Also keeping a gratitude journal. I see a therapist that has been really helpful. And I think kind of really paying attention to maybe your friendships and realizing maybe you have different friends for different reasons. Maybe you have that friend that makes you laugh, which is awesome. I think laughter is amazing. Friends and how they're in your life, and kind of understanding that, I think, is also really helpful and really cool, because if you're maybe having a little bit of a tougher day, maybe you call that friend and just say, I just want to laugh with you and have fun, and just being honest about what you need. But I obviously recommend the self-care. I think it's really important, but I don't want you to think I'm like, I do it because there are times where I feel like I am struggling and I am having a tough time. I think just like a lot of people are. I think the coolest thing about the time we're living in right now, everyone is so honest about what they're going through. I mean, I don't have one friend that's not saying, like, I'm just, like, really struggling. I feel like everyone I know, the month of June was just not great. I don't know about anybody else, but I felt super anxious the whole month of June. And all of my friends said the same thing. It was super interesting, but it's nice to have these experiences where you can share and be there for each other, and just, sometimes I'm having friends that will do a yoga class with me, or just kind of do fun stuff, or trying to, be off the phone a little bit more and be more present, and just be silly, getting up and dancing. The other day I got up and jumped on my bed, and I forgot how tiring it is to like jump and dance on your bed. It was fun. But I just am trying to, even when I don't feel like it, especially on those days where I don't feel like getting up and don't feel like dancing, those are the days where I need it the most. So just going back, playing music loud and just dancing in your room is just, it's really good for you.
You underestimate how good that makes you feel.
You really
like
do.
A little dance break.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's also kind of a workout. I was a little embarrassed at myself. I could not jump on the bed for a full song the other day. I could not believe it. I was exhausted.
Well, if you can do it, just imagine.
No, it was a good workout though.
So as we, actually I had a question, I forgot. It was around your, so before you are, along the same lines, before you're about to like walk out, are you like, what's happening with you? Do you get anxious? Are you cool now? Like how do you?
When I come out here,
Like in general, like before like you're here or a competition or what's going on in your head?
Well, before I feel like I'm gonna vomit, and I feel really, really nervous, and I think I've learned that anxiety is very, very draining and it is exhausting, and so I felt sometimes tired before the competitions because I was just so nervous for it, and I wish I had done more meditations and yoga stuff when I was competing, but I hadn't tried it before, so I'm definitely trying to do that more now. But before I come out here, honestly, my concern when I walk out is I hope, because I can be a little clumsy. I don't know if any of you know gymnasts in your life, but we are known for tripping and falling. It's pretty funny.
That's insane.
I think because in the gym we're so focused that outside of it, it's just you don't really pay attention as much. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm just not tripping. And then when I come up here, I think it's another interesting time where sometimes, I'm sure you guys have all experienced this where you're with one of your friends and you say something and they kind of catch you and they say, wait, what did you say? That was not, or like you kind of forget to say a word or you say a different word by accident. It totally changes the meaning of what you meant, but you're with your friends. Yeah, you're with your friends and they kind of catch you and you're like, oh wait, they know what you meant because you know them, or that is a bummer when that happens to me because when I'm speaking, people don't know me, or sometimes they don't know what I mean, and so I think that's really the hardest and the most stressful part of it is, sometimes I could say something in my head and then when I say it, somebody can interpret it totally different than what I meant. And so that is something that is a new thing that I have been more stressed about rather maybe 4 or 5 years ago because it was a little bit different where I think social media is so big now where, there are times where, you say something and it comes out a different way, you don't mean it a certain way, and you see somebody trending on Twitter for saying something, and so that's the more stressful part is knowing that I know I have the right intentions, but and obviously when you walk into a room with 100 people, you could say hi to everybody in the nicest way you know how to say it, and maybe 90 people could say, wow, that person was so nice. Yeah. Maybe 5 people would say, yeah, she was fine, and then 5 people could say she was so rude to me. But obviously everybody interprets things different ways, so that's also learning that you can't please everybody it's something that I'm working on, and just knowing that I'm doing the best that I can, and I have good intentions, but that is very, very difficult because we live in a very judgmental society.
Yeah, I really get that, and I know they do too. With 25,000 women playing together. Let's just say there's a misunderstanding sometimes. Every once in a while, they're like. You are absolutely. Do I have more time? No, I don't. Well, actually, one last question. I'm a mother of 3 young, not me, I'm reading somebody's question. I'm a mother of 3 young women athletes, and their skin can take a beating during some seasons. As an athlete, what was your typical daily skincare routine to keep your skin looking good?
Really great question. I actually did not really have skin issues until the year after the 2012 Olympics. My skin was just like, I hate you. And it was like, it just was a mess. But I was very lucky. I think my body just kind of freaked out. then I think that going from doing the same thing every single day to traveling and doing different stuff, and I think someone said maybe might be so wrong, so don't quote me on this, but I heard somebody say every your skin changes, just don't even know if that's true.
All the cells in your body regenerate every 7
Yes.
years.
Yeah, so I feel like that's happening, that was happening to me over the last few months again, but I think it's just, I've learned, of course, when your skin is breaking out and it's a mess, I think it does make me feel insecure, but then I was thinking, wow, if this is taking up space in my brain right now, I actually tried to take it as a feeling of gratitude of if this is my stress right now, then I'm very, 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 very lucky. Because there are people, I try to think of it like that, and I'm not trying to make light. I understand skincare issues, it can be very hard and you can feel very insecure, but I try to think about it. If my biggest insecurity right now is that I have 10 pimples on my face, and I'm very, very lucky. Because there are people, I try to think about there are people around the world that, they don't even know when their next meal is coming. And so many other devastating things. So I tried to think about it like that in my own thing, but when I was training, I really started to become, really into skincare when I was 19 years old. So when I was training, my kids would always call me grandma because they'd make fun of me because I would always have a face mask on and I'd drink green tea, and I just loved, it was very relaxing and therapeutic for me. So I would sometimes do a face mask, and I would kind of always bring extra stuff to training camp and we would do it together. So I had fun, but I became really into it. It's also skincare. I look forward to it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's relaxing, it's calming. But yeah, when you're sweating, it can be, everyone's skin is different. Again, it's kind of a mystery sometimes trying to figure that out. Sometimes my skin is changes overnight, but I've kind of learned it's all good. I think we live in a society where you see retouched images all the time, and it makes you feel like if you have breakouts, it's a bad thing, and it's normal, it's okay. And so kind of realizing that, when I feel insecure about it, I will try to think, okay, well, that's because when I was younger, I never saw models on the cover of magazines with their actual skin. It was airbrushed. Yes. And so I think maybe some girl or some man or some woman is looking at me and is seeing that I have some acne or pimples, and maybe they're going to realize that it is okay because it is.
Yeah. Well, our time is up. You are absolutely lovely. I could talk to you
So
all
are
day. Thank you. And they can't say this to you because they can't talk to you one-on-one right now, but I'm going to say this on their behalf. It means the world to them that you're here. It really does. They're so proud to have you here with us and have this collaboration. They're so excited, and they're so inspired by your story and your journey and who you are, and they love the line. They just were losing their minds last night. There's obviously a business relationship and business opportunity, but it just means the world to them that you would take time to be here and collaborate with us and share your story, and that we can be champions for your story now and share it with our customers. It just means the world.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me. It means a lot. I'm very, very excited to be here, very excited about the collection, and I hope that you guys like it. I really appreciate you guys sitting here and listening to me. It means a lot, and I wish you guys all the best of luck, and hopefully being fierce reminds you to take time for yourself every day. If you don't even have 5 minutes a day, then you need a full hour. It's really important. I promise it will change your life, and be kind to yourself if that self-care doesn't go exactly as you wanted it to and you feel like you're stressed out. Try to even give yourself a pat on the back. Even 10 seconds of being calm is better than nothing at all, and you'll slowly, maybe the next day you'll get to 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you'll slowly get there. And just be kind to yourself and know that you're not alone. Be kind to each other. We're all in this together, and we're all doing the best that we can. Everyone's human, and everyone is just trying to be the best versions of themselves. So thank you so much for having me.